Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. Today is a very exciting day for me because I am about to hit 1,000 miles, and that means that I will be finished with my break-in period. So I'm on my way to Grand Subaru in Bensonville to get a first oil change. Even though my first oil change is recommended to be at 6,000 miles, I chose it to be at 1,000 miles because you know, I think I'm gonna keep the car, and I feel like that is healthier for my vehicle long term, like, you know, 10 years later, to change it initially at 1,000 miles because of the metal shavings that are, you know, in the engine, apparently. I was reading online. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm a little bit nervous because today will be the first day that I get to floor my car. I get to switch the dynamic mode, you know, from like a normal mode to, I think it's called SI plus mode. I'm not really familiar with it because I wasn't messing around with it. But I also never showed you my car. So this is what my car looks like. It's a silver color 2021 Subaru WRX STI. I love the color. The wheels, actually, something that I'm realizing is that on the road, every time I see a Subaru STI that it's a little bit older, I thought that these wheels that I have here are only 2 years old. You know, I was under impression that Subaru started making these wheels in 2020, but I think they started making them much earlier, because every Subaru STI that I see that's a little bit older, it has like very similar design. At least that's what I thought, but it's all black. And I'm not so sure anymore because my wheels are starting to look dirty, and as you see, you can still see some silver, but they're starting to look more black and black. So I think if I don't clean my wheels for another couple of weeks or months, they're all gonna be black, but I could be wrong, so I'm not sure. Also, I choose not to have a front license plate because I don't like to look with a front license plate. And I know the holes are there, and I know Perrin and Grimspeed, they sell like these things that you can plug it in, and it just looks much nicer. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna get a European plate from Europe. Where I'm from, actually, it's gonna represent Poland. It's gonna be a Polish plate here. And it's gonna go, I think, from here to here, and it's much thinner. I really like the way the European license plates look. And then eventually I'm gonna get a tow hook here, but I still haven't decided which one and what looks good, what color. So yeah, that's gonna be the look in the front of my car for now, at least. That's the plan. And yeah, overall I've been enjoying this car for the first 1,000 miles, but I've never gone over 4,000 RPMs because in the manual it says you can't do that for safety while you're breaking it in. I've never done a 100% acceleration test, and I'm excited to do it today. So I'm gonna go to the dealer now, and then I'll see you guys after the oil change. I am seriously nervous, but I'm also really excited because this is the first time that I will enjoy this car for the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. I really can't wait. So I'll see you guys soon. All right, so I've arrived at the dealer just now. As you can see, I'm about to pull into service. But guys, you're not gonna believe it. I have not calculated the mileage or anything, but look, I arrived at the dealer with exactly, I don't know if you can see it here, I hope you can, 999 miles. I bet you when I pull into service it's going to be 1,000 exactly. So I have no idea how that worked out, but so far everything's working out perfectly as far as the mileage, how I've been driving carefully. So this is a big day for me, and yeah, I'm excited to see what this car feels like. So I'll see you guys in about an hour and a half after the oil change. Alright, so I just got out of service. It took way less than I expected. It was supposed to be an hour-ish, and it was about half an hour. So thank you, Grand Subaru. Again, this video is not sponsored, but I think like I have to mention these folks because they've been so nice to me. Even though they didn't sell me a car, I'm gonna be back for service, because customer service, seriously, 10 out of 10. So I'll be back there. But I wanted to show you that I'm out of service now, and I pulled away from the service on their parking lot, and now it's at 1,000 miles there. It turned from 999 to 1,000 as I was pulling away from service. Also, one thing that I forgot is that I'm going to use this mode here. It's been on regular mode, which is when you push it down, it's on intelligent mode, which I believe it's like a normal mode. So I'm gonna push it down, and nothing is displayed because it's been on intelligent. But I have to twist it to go to sport and sport sharp. And you guys already know I'm gonna do sport sharp and skip to sport, just to experience you know, the full potential of this vehicle. So I'm gonna turn it, and let's see what comes out over there. That's sport, SI drive. Yeah, that is sport sharp. So seriously, everything is perfect. So now I'm gonna install the camera on my windshield there, and yeah, let's see what it's like. Sport sharp is on, and I don't think that turns off traction, but let me see. I'm gonna turn off traction with the button here, and it also enables trek mode plus traction off. I don't know if it's the same thing, or they're just letting you know your traction is completely off and you can slide. But here we go, let's go. Oh, that is so much more responsive, the throttle is. The steering is still as heavy as it was, I think. But wow, the throttle response, it's just like in modern cars. The sport mode is just very, very sensitive. All right. I'll open windows. Sorry for the wind noise, but I don't want to have AC on. Because I just want to experience, you know. Okay, let's see. Okay, I gotta go left here. I'm almost so nervous that I don't even want to do it, you know. I don't know what to expect. But yeah, that is way more responsive. It doesn't feel as jerky, but it just feels more engaged. It feels more engaged. Potholes around this area. Terrible. Terrible. Downshift to second. I'm gonna go to 4,000 RPMs. Okay. I'm gonna floor it right now. Holy shit. Oh my god, guys. This is way quicker than a WRX that I drove the other day as a comparison. But yeah, this it hauls ass. 310 horsepower. I'm sure it's not to the wheel, but downshift to third at 45 miles per hour. There is a little turbo lag, but I don't mind it. I don't mind it. This car feels good. The engine, the way it works before it hits the, you know, the boost, it feels like it's getting there, and the boost smoothly engages. And that's because the car doesn't have a lot of power. I'm sure if the car had a 400 or 500 horsepower to the wheel, you would feel it not as smooth. I don't have anywhere to open it up because you know, I'm on the streets. Let me pull over. I'm gonna try to take the highway and see what that's like, you know, going on a ramp and all that. Okay, so I changed the settings. I'm gonna take the highway. But yeah, guys, Sharp Plus, it is a very nice, it's a sportier feel. It's just I feel more engaged with the car, but I can see myself wanting the regular drive if I don't feel like driving sporty and I just kind of want to be chill. But what's nice about this car is that the steering is hydraulic, so it's always stiff, and I love that. because every other car, like German cars that I've had before, and you enable the dynamic mode, it becomes stiffer, but you don't have as much feedback from the road, you know what I mean? And in here, in this STI stock car, lots of feedback. I love the steering. It's such a great purchase. I'm so happy with the car. And now that I finally left the dealer, you know, and I can actually floor it and have some fun with it, drive a little more crazy, it's gonna be a different life, you know, with this car. Another thing that I wanted to mention about this car is that I've seen some YouTube videos how people say rev matching in STI. I've never seen anywhere on Subaru website that this car has rev matching with any model, like on STI lineup. And now I can let you know that even with the track mode on, traction off, and what is it called, Sport Sharp, it doesn't have rev matching. So I don't know if older models had rev matching or if people tuned the car for that. I have no idea, but my 2021 STI does not have rev matching. Downshift, no, I have to do it myself. Second gear, nope. That's me doing gas and clutch. Also, another thing I want to let you know, when you put it in Sport Sharp, it's actually much easier to drive stick shift. Like the gears, when you change them, it's much easier. It's more fluid. Okay, there's like a wide turn here. I'm going at 50 miles per hour, nothing crazy. Yeah, the car feels so good. It just feels so good. What an incredible machine. I don't even know how I've been missing out on these STIs all this time. I always had you know, some kind of German vehicle. I love German cars still, by the way, but they're just so expensive. And if you want to get a proper driving machine like this in a German world, you gotta spend way more money. I think at least 20,000 more, if not 25, for the M2 competition. That's my dream car, but I can't afford it at this stage of my life. And I've never driven it, but I hear it's fantastic. But as far as this goes, this is probably the best bang for your buck. I can finally have fun with it, you know? I've been, for the first 1,000 miles, I've been looking at my boost gauge, so I don't exceed, you know, a certain PSI level. I mean, I don't know what it was, but it was showing me my maximum PSI level at some point, I think was 9, which is way more than I thought, but I think I went into boost my first day driving this car not knowing that, and I didn't floor it, I didn't give it a lot of gas, but I guess it went into 9 PSI, and after that I reset it, and I kept it below 7 or 6, I don't remember, and I still tried to keep it with no boost at all first 1,000 miles, because you don't want that pressure in the engine when you're braking in the engine. So that maybe happened a few times on maybe accident, I don't even know, to be honest with you. But now, after I floored it when I left the dealer, it's showing me peak PSI 17.2. I don't know if that's a lot, but it seems like a high number. I was not expecting the number to be so high. Third gear. Damn, this car pulls. It's really adequate. Even for 2021, it's a fast car. It's not where it's scary fast, but given the chassis, how the steering feels, the sound, the transmission, guys, it's a perfect combo. Like, it really is. What an incredible machine. I am a happy camper. I'm such a happy man. What a great decision. One of the best decisions in automotive, in my automotive decisions that I've ever made, really. I bet you this car's gonna eat gas. So far that I've been driving really calmly, I've been getting about 18 to 19 miles per gallon on average, and I switched the gears around 3 to 3,500 RPMs while braking it in. Rarely up to 4,000, but not spirited driving, just carefully accelerating 15 to 20% acceleration. And you can tell because STIs have a gauge there for how much, the percentage of acceleration, you know, how much you're engaging on the throttle. I'm about to get on the highway, so let's see what it does. There's a car in front of me. I'm gonna drive a little slower so I can get on the ramp and actually have some fun on the ramp. Oh yeah, this is not a good ramp to test the car, but I'm still gonna. Wow. Seriously, the best word that I can use, I was getting off on a ramp. It is really adequate. That's all I can tell you. It's a quick / fast car. You know, I thought the other day WRX was a fast car, nothing crazy, but you know, fast enough to be happy. This is more than that. It feels better. The suspension, the transmission, the steering. You know, I'm driving 75 miles per hour right now, and I feel secure. I feel planted to the ground. Lane change. Very confident. This is a very confidence-provoking vehicle. So I know that I have to be careful, but at the same time, it allows me to have a lot more fun than, let's say, a regular car, you know, like anything else out there. I'm loving it. Let me close the window so you can guys hear me a little bit better. It's hot though, and I didn't want to put the AC on when I'm flooring it for the first time. It's very elastic too. Like, the car doesn't have to get to too much crazy boost in order to give you that power that's needed to go around the car or switch lanes. I love it. Guys, if you're debating if you should get this or let's say like a Golf R, which is another fantastic vehicle, that's something that I was looking at, but because I've had a few Volkswagens already, GLI and a regular Jetta, I've driven all of them, including the modern Golf R, and I pass. Just in time. I gotta mount it on the window or something. And you know, the Golf R is a really refined vehicle. It's got all-wheel drive, just like this car, DSG transmission, which is really my favorite transmission. I had that same transmission in Audi A4 2019 that I traded in for this car. But the only thing is that it's not a manual, right? And this is more raw experience. Like, if you're looking for something that gives you the most feedback from the road that you can find, and if you're looking for something that's, you know, within $40,000 or so, or even if you want to get a used STI for low 30s, nowadays they're expensive as hell actually, this will provide you the closest thing to a go-kart, except Miata. But the Miata doesn't have this kind of power, and it's not all-wheel drive, you know, and it's not turbo. So even if you tune it, I assume you're not gonna get as much power. So if you want to have the capability of tuning the car, yet at the same time feel the road really well and have really good control of the car, this is the car to get, 100% for the money. I can't go too crazy on the highway because I just saw state police, and over here on 94, or no, that's 294, always cops. And you guys know STIs with the big wing, it's like we shine in the dark, you know? Cops are looking for these. I bet you cops have an app for STIs, and so I gotta be more careful than with like a, you know, like an A4, let's say, on the road. So I'm definitely gonna have a lot of fun for the next couple months without tuning it, and I don't want to tune it yet because of reliability, warranty, but I do have some mods that I purchased already. They're in my trunk, and that's gonna be featured in my future content on this channel and on Instagram. So I'm really happy to take you guys on a journey with me, because I'm brand new to this. I don't know too much about these cars, just basic knowledge really, and I want to stiffen it up first, you know. I want to make it a little more reliable. And once I do that, in the next couple of months or years, whatever it takes me, you know, budget, I have a budget, then I'm gonna maybe play around with an idea of getting things like exhaust, intake, tuning it, maybe getting a bigger turbo at some point. It depends. If it's gonna mess a lot with my reliability, I don't really want to do that, because this car's stock already. It's good the way it comes. It's fantastic really, and I don't want to mess that up, you know. When you turn the car, like, I literally feel like this steering wheel is an extension of my brain. I think of a pothole and I turn it, it turns right away. But not right away where it's like immediately, like it's an actual extension from your brain, but I would say 80%. And I suspect that modifications to the suspension, perhaps better, stickier tires, would fill that 20% gap that would allow me to think and turn. Instead, it's like 80-85% or so. That's just my opinion, but it is really great. In the other car that I traded in, 2019 A4, it had a sport suspension from factory. It had like a sporty all-season tires with the black optic package right there, all-season tires. Whenever I, you know, try to avoid a pothole, there were times that I actually hit the pothole like halfway. I haven't floored on the first gear, so here we go. Oh yeah, that feels good. It makes some noises in the engine. I don't know if it's the blow-off valve. All right, second gear again. Damn, it's fast enough. God, I love this car.